Hi everybody, it's Mrs. Thomas. Remember when Father Scott and I would tell stories and we'd pull out a box? Do you remember what color that box was and what it meant? Think about it for a minute. Here is my necklace. What color is my necklace? It's not real gold, but it's the color of gold, isn't it? So we would pull out a box that was gold and we called it, and it had a story inside of it, and we would say and tell you a parable. Do you remember those stories? And they were stories that Jesus told and that are written in the Bible that would either answer questions or explain something to crowds of people. Crowds of people would ask Jesus questions, and this was his way of answering the questions a lot of times. He didn't want to give them the answer exactly, but he wanted to give them a story that helped them remember what he was saying and what God had asked him to share with all the people on earth. So this is a story about the man or the farmer and his seeds. And look, in my hand I have seeds. So I'm going to reverse my camera and I'm going to tell you the story about the man and his seeds, okay? So here's my camera, reversed. And I'm using my backyard parts of it to tell this story. Once there was a man, and he planted some, and he distributed, sorry, they're stuck on my hand. He distributed some seeds. And look, do you see them? Where are they? I can't see them through my camera. Oh, I see one. Do you see that one? There's one right there. So he planted some seeds, and guess what happened? They did not grow because when he planted them, some birds came along and they ate the seeds. They eat the seeds, okay? They ate the seeds. Pretend that they're eating the seeds, okay? Here's another bird, a crow. Where's another seed? He's gonna eat it, okay? So they ate the seeds. And then some of the seeds were planted on rocks. Do you see that? Some of them were planted on rocks. And the water came, and what happened? They couldn't grow roots, and they washed away. Do you see that? Sorry, I didn't show you that. And they washed away. It's hard to do two things at once, isn't it? I'm going to show you again. If it will get unstuck from my finger. Do you see that seed right there? Let's see if we can get it to wash away. Oh, there it goes. So they washed away. And then some other seeds grew in some thorns. And the thorns choked them out. And they couldn't grow because the thorns wrapped around them. But then some of the seeds landed on soil. Nice, healthy soil. Do you see that seed? It landed on soil. And when it was watered, when the rain came and watered it, and the sun shone on it, and it had healthy soil, what do you think happened to it? Look at all this grass that's growing around, this healthy grass. It started to grow. And Jesus told the story because he said, lots and lots of times we hear stories about God and how we should think about what he would what would be a great choice, what would be a kind choice, what would be a thoughtful choice when we're doing things. And God talks about how we should treat one another with kindness and a full heart, right? And if we can be told over and over again, but sometimes it's like when things are told to us, like when the seeds landed on the road and the birds ate them, and they didn't have a chance to grow and really take root, like with the rocks, when the seeds landed in the rocks. And that sometimes it's like when seeds land in, sorry, my allergies aren't very good. When seeds land in the thorns, and other people's words may choke out the words that are kind and thoughtful that we should be thinking about, and other people's words that aren't so kind choke it out and take its place. And then it can be like the seed that landed in the soil and had water, and it grew and grew, and it grows in our hearts, the kind words and the thoughtful words that Jesus shared with us, that God hoped that we would follow. And those are the words that take seed, that stay in our heart and grow in our heart, so that they can grow like the heart I made, and stay in our hearts like the heart I made out of things that grow in the earth, tomatoes and flowers. So think about that. Think about when you're making a choice, or when you're using your words, are they words that Jesus passed to us, that God was sharing with us through Jesus? And are they words that they were thinking of, that they would love to have grow in our hearts? So I am excited to see all of you. Can you see I was still leaning over? My hair was wild and crazy. So I'm excited to see all of you. And as the Thomas family gets in the car to go on a trip, our first trip, and we're hoping it's a safe trip where we're going. And if it's not, it's just in Rehoboth, and we'll come right back because we want to be safe, and we hope that everybody's wearing masks. But we send the Thomas family and I send you lots of love, and think about the words and about the seeds and how they can grow in our hearts, just like the seeds grew in the soil with the water. Lots of love. Bye.